Welcome to a new building series. I'm going to go over the military school here. So with this building, it's actually a very important building for a lot of what it handles. Let's go inside here and you're going to see it's where a lot of your officer recruitment information is, materials for managing those officers, where you're going to collect your medals, the honor store, which is actually how you can convert some of those medals into what you would like, the compose and decompose of the officers, which is another thing we'll get into a little bit. It's actually pretty important. Then newer skill, the technique upgrade, which we'll also go over. Also, if you click on the officer research, very important things in here. As you can see, as you get down through a lot of it, you're going to have, rapid gathering, your speeds for occupying, but then it begins the strategic officer technique, then, which is great. These are great offerings for the on base. When commander is off, you increase the attack for helicopters that are on base. So that's very helpful. Work your way down to another technique. Then you can start working into the defense when your commander is off base. So those are very important. And then another for your vanguard, another technique. And then the zeal increase when you activate the guild skill called zeal. This will increase the attack force. And then the same thing down here for the defense. But before then, you'll unlock the guard officer technique. And then the battlefield support, which is some other good stuff here. So a portion of the lost units that are in the attack will then get put back into your garage. And then another technique here for your special officer and running into the unstable boost. So all these are very important to get through. Usually not necessarily the first thing that people dive into. There's a lot of other things that have to happen. But this right here, this officer research is something that definitely is a good thing to have. So as you get in here, we'll look at some of the information. All right, so some of the information here as you get through your levels, your XP boost will grow. So as you're, completing missions, you're in battles, any which way that you receive extra XP, it will increase how much you get as you grow your levels. And then let's just start diving through the different items. So first thing is officer recruitment. So I'm going to go into the officer technique here. We'll skip through that a little bit. So here you are offered 6 slots for officers, and they all have their different names. So strategic officer, machinery officer, the vanguard, the guard, the special, and then you get another one once you get to your commander level 50 or above. So each one of these has all different kinds of officers that you can acquire, starting with gray through green, blue, purple, orange, into red. And as the game is progressing, so is the color. There was a time when orange was the best, and then reds, but now there's several tiers in the reds of officers that are better and better and better. In fact, these 3 I'm recording are the newest that happened as of the last update. Now, with each officer that you pick, you have the option to apply medals. These medals can help pretty much for combat only. They really don't help with much more, but you can apply any 3 metals you want as long as they're not the same kind. So if you do a helicopter attack, you can't do a helicopter attack here or here. It has to be helicopter attack, health, defense, a different kind. It could be helicopter attack, could be SUV attack, could be then tank attack, however you want to set it up. There is a right way. It's a technique that we can get into later. Right now we're just going over why and how. So right here it'll show you recruited. These are the ones that you don't have as of yet. So as you can see, I have an officer here, and this sash is letting you know that that's what I'm actually using. So as you can see, I don't have any officers in the Vanguard section. And also in the Guard I do, and nothing in the Special Officer. Now here's the materials. So this is also very important because this is how you upgrade and acquire your officers. So if we want to go back and we want to look at this one here, I want to upgrade him. I need this much cash. I need 9 of these. I only have 2. When I upgrade, I'll get a 0.7%. Is what I have now. I'll get an increase of 1.4. And then same thing for research. I'm at 0.7, but I'll increase by 1.4. So as you can see, this officer will help with my construction speeds and research speeds. So it might be worth upgrading him. With this one, same thing. I need all these materials to upgrade. He gives me a construction boost of almost 15%. Research speed is about 7.5, but I'll get a good bump if I get to upgrade him. But he's a specialty, so it's not always easy to get this material. So sometimes, certain officers may not easily upgrade. Now, when we're doing metals, this is where we would then either upgrade, promote, or where we could demote. So if I wanted to, for instance, say this line here, I'm going to either promote one time, or if there's an option to do more, I could do all promote, and I'll just do all of them. And now you can see this one here is at a level 4. I could take it to a level 5. There's 5. But I think, you know what, I don't want that. So then I can take him and I can demote. Now I have 2 4s again. So not necessarily something that you do a whole heck of a lot, but every now and again you do make a mistake and you want to demote a metal, you can. Then if you have some metals that you don't want, you can come in here and decompose a batch. So let's use one of these, for example. I can get 160. Confirm. So honor coins. I'm going to go into the honor store. As you can see, I have some. So then I can pick, I can get 1. So let's see, I want that one. Get it. So I still have 60 left, but not enough to necessarily get anything else, but I made a choice. So basically metal management is all through here. Compose and decompose. So here you can have the option to compose the officer that you want if you have enough. You can also decompose. And in decomposing this officer, I will lose these, but I'll gain this material, 1,500 of them. So as you go along, you'll find that there is some that you want to compose and decompose, but you'll figure that out as you play the game a little bit, and we can get into that a little bit more. Same thing stands true for the materials. Some of them are specialty items, some of them are not. So like this here, I could, actually let's do this one here. I can either decompose, so I got 1 of those, or I can compose. I need 10, but I only have 1. So if I had 10, I could compose another one of these. And in that, I also have the option where I could compose some of these if I had enough. You'll find that some materials are hard to come by and some there'll be a lot of extras. So you might have a moment where you'll decompose a whole bunch of materials to get what you need to upgrade that one officer. So pay attention to this area because it can come in very handy. And then moving down, this technique upgrade. So as you can see, I don't have any. It's not something that you get right away in the beginning of making a base, but here's the overview. These are very important to understand what they actually give you. But as you play the game, you'll find that some of these techniques come in very handy, you know, from camouflaging some of your officers that you have, getting more uranium based for some of the options in T5s, or if you're using Zeal and you're wanting a little extra bump in your boost there, Battle Inspiration can help. So very useful there. And then your commander level. You can also find your commander level here, like this. But as you can see, this building by itself houses a lot of information, a lot of things that help you. The officers that you choose will also affect how strong your base is via being attacked or you doing the attacking. The medals will also come into effect to how strong you are. You know, being easier to find the materials for your officers and your medals, very important. And then that little extra bump that you need with your technique. So all very important. Over here, usually just describes your XP boost. If you, there's an option to boost up your XP if you wanted to for a 24-hour period, it would show here. So other than that, this right here is the military school, very important. And I recommend that you get very familiar with this base. And as you get into your research, also start looking at upgrading some of these things. They don't always require a lot, but they do require this D20 dirt and these research booklets. So these materials are a little harder to come by as you can gather these. So just pay attention, but like I said, very good to start diving into, especially when your gatherings can be a lot faster, your occupations can be a lot faster, and the techniques come in handy. But this top row, these top couple right here, are very, very important. So I hope that this look into your military building was very insightful, and please let me know if you have any other questions. Until next time, we will move on to another set of buildings that are very, very helpful in your growth.